This builds on what you just said, but we have a number of questions from some of our media guests today, all of which are very related to the events in Orlando. And they're specifically asking, especially related to the role of religious hostility, religious ideology, especially in the situation where it's targeting our LGBT brothers and sisters. How do we transform that? How do we transform that?
Now, my second commitment is promotion of religious harmony. Now, over 57 years, I live in India. So, India, most populated democratic country, ancient country, and a lot of problems there. In spite of that, you see, I think over 2,000 years, the religious harmony there, beside homegrown different religious tradition. From outside, firstly, I think Zoroastrianism, from ancient Persia. Then Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. One of the homegrown religions, Sikhism. Guru Nanak, his family background, Hindu, but he deliberately take pilgrimage to Mecca to show non-sectarian. So India, still the religious harmony there. So once you see such a big nation, India, still can maintain religious harmony, so why not rest of the world? So if we make attempt through awareness, I think we can reduce sectarian feeling. So this, firstly, education. Secondly, personal contact. Right? Contacts. Here you see, I notice Indian Muslim, same follower of Quran, and Malaysian Muslim, Indonesian Muslim, then Arab Muslim. You see, the follower of, Muhammad, or same teaching. But you see, an Indian Muslim, I think from their childhood, they already, because of that, take for granted there are different traditions, different religions. And in Malaysia and Singapore also, there are a large number of Chinese settled there. These majority of these Chinese Han people are Buddhist, and also quite big number Indians, Hindus, like that. So therefore, you see, that makes differences. In Arab countries, it's only one religion. Maybe some extent some Christian. Otherwise, you see, quite anyway, quite isolated. That also one factor. So personal contacts is something I think very important. One, through education and teaching all major world religious tradition. You see, I usually make three aspects of all these major religious tradition. One aspect is religion. That's, you see, teaching of love, forgiveness, tolerance, same. And I think we witness number of Christians dedicated their life serving other people, as well as some Muslims really dedicated well-being of others. So actually, I think the Islam practitioner should not create any bloodshed. If person creates bloodshed, then reality no longer genuine practitioner of Islam. And the very meaning of jihad is not harming others, but combat your own destructive emotion. That's the real meaning of combat, jihad, like that. So therefore, all major religious tradition, as far as practice of compassion, forgiveness, tolerance is concerned, same. Then another aspect is philosophy. And there are big differences. Basically, theistic religion believe creator. Non-theistic religion is in no concept of creator, rather self-creation. So big differences. But then we have to ask, what is the purpose of these different philosophies? Same. Try to bring conviction about basic quality or practice of love. So to some people, concept of God, creator, very, very powerful. God as our Father, our Creator. This very life created by God. We have direct link with God. God, what is the nature of God? It's infinite love. So we all, 7 million human beings, is son of children of such wonderful, compassionate Father. Wonderful sort of philosophical views. And then the non-theistic religions, ancient Indian tradition, old, I think, Indian tradition, Sankhyaism, Jainism, Buddhism, these three are non-believer about creator, God, creator. They also, you see, emphasis the action, karma. If you create good action means helping others, serving others, restrain harming others. You get benefit. So, a different emphasis, but same purpose, to bring more conviction about the value of compassion. So, no problem. So sometimes you say, I describe, of course, I mean, not disrespect, something like supermarket, religion, world religion, like supermarket. So there are a lot of different religion with different philosophical views. It brings satisfaction for a variety of people. Just one religion, like one sort of market, only one item. Then people, I think customer maybe less and less. There's plenty of sort of, because of the variety, then more people come, like that. So because of the market, supermarket, like supermarket, religious supermarket. The differences are different religion with different philosophical views. Wonderful. Then third aspect is cultural aspect. So now here, one example. I think 그러다 뒤로 그듯이 그래. 좀 전에 전화 그듯이 뒤로 미시 5th century BC. So at that time, you see the Mahavira, the Jain founder, come. Then after a few, I think 3-4 decades, Buddha come. So at that time, animals sort of, the sacrifice, immense. So it even affect the farmer's economy. So such sort of time, such period, Mahavira, the founder of Jainism, come. So because of the circumstances like that, so he special emphasis vegetarianism, and don't kill any form of life. Wonderful. Then after that, Buddha come, more or less sort of the similar sort of a pattern like that. So cultural aspect, you see, existing circumstances of society sort of circumstances make some influence. So I think Judaism, and under difficult circumstances, more hostile circumstances, you see, sometimes you see the emphasis eye to eye survey, like that, in order to survive your own sort of community, like that. Then Jesus Christ come. You see, more emphasis about patience. If someone hit here, show this, like that. So then Muhammad, the Arab, that area, more or less, nomad life. So, nomad life, see, no proper sort of rule of law like that, more sort of crimes. So he emphasizes Sharia law due to the circumstances. So that third aspect of all religion. Then in India, caste system is quite serious. So just recently, I met some group of parliament member, especially for caste, lower caste. Right? So we have some discussions. So I told them like this. This is the social sort of system. At that time, feudal system. Raja is the supreme sort of lord, and then others sort of like slave. So this caste system is related with the feudal system. So feudal system changed. Now there is certain sort of cultural aspect related with the feudal system. Now time comes must change. So for that, the politicians or even governments cannot do much. The spiritual leader now should come out, tell all the, according Hindu, the four castes, right? Four castes, all come from same source, Brahma, creator. So like that. So you see, the spiritual leaders should come out, tell. Not content in their own temples, carry some rituals, some prayer. It's not sufficient now, must come out. Educate people. This caste system is because of the outdated. So I told them. So if they arrange such meeting, then I'm ready to come. I told them. So like that. So these, see, the cultural aspect, all these measures, even Buddhism, I think comparatively, you see, Buddha makes certain rules more democratic principle.
More egalitarian.
You see, about these monks, certain sort of action, about 100 action, all those action only carried by group of monk, no single monk, you see, have the authority. Buddha himself, exception. The follower of him, you see, he never sort of give authority to one single person. All sort of 100 sort of rules, action, like as
There are certain types of rituals that need to be performed as part of the monastic life, but no single person has the authority to kind of, preside the rite. The rite has to be performed collectively.
So that's why you see, of course now too long, that's why you see there's some, now some feminists from the West, you see they, they want me to give highest ordination for female, for nun. They have the impression I have final authority. And I told them, no, I have no authority. Only, you see, there's some kind of international monks gathering and decide. Otherwise, you see, we have no. Gimzintiri, Chemasho Mari, who kanda, Gelon ma, Duduzane, Kambudi, Yiji music Gelon Magotua. That Dimiduzane and project is Tamasar.
Part of the problem with institution of the full ordination for women is that one requirement is that the senior administrator of the vow has to be a nun herself, and because of that difficulty in Tibet, the institution of the full ordination of women were never established. So in order to address that, there needs to be a much more collective consensus among the monastic establishment.
So as far as study is concerned, I have this sort of authority. I give sort of authority, give sort of. I actually appealed 40 years ago in India. The nunnery should start serious study. Now this year we are going to give highest Tharamba.
Yeah, Tharamba, which is equivalent to the doctorate in divinity.
So that I have the sort of freedom. The other thing, I have no freedom. So therefore, like that. So there are some, even sort of Buddhist sort of rule, although it's Buddha give equality for female and male, but when you see we come together, the monk should be first. Even Kazoda, Gelon, Lava Shabayine, Golshawaj.
So there is a hierarchy, even though there is egalitarian kind of opportunity for both men and women for ordination, but because of the cultural influence, there is an hierarchy established. So even though there might be the nun may be senior, but in terms of hierarchy, the nun will be lower compared to a junior monk.
So these things, see, some occasion I suggested now maybe time come, we need some modification or to change like that. So for example, my own case, Dalai Lama Institution, since 5th Dalai Lama Institution automatically become head of both temple and spirituality. Now that 2011, I totally retired, and not only myself retired, but also 4th century old tradition, Dalai Lama Institution automatically become head of both, is now ceased, voluntarily, happily, proudly. I feel these are some influence, some impact of feudal system. Now feudal system, outdated. So we must catch up the present reality or time. Okay.
Your Holiness, you're describing a process of change that is only successful in a more inclusive way that creates the bottom-up engagement in change, which is something that we learn a lot in how to build successful, sustained peace. But it also takes time. And you talked about actions you took 40 years ago now coming to fruition.